Hello and welcome to the Pit Lane Collective Racing. We're at Three Sisters today for round 8 of their Summer Sprint Championship. This is a reverse grid race. We're starting 5th. And we're about to get stuck into probably the craziest go-karting race I've ever been a part of. The lights go out and we are away. Now, positioning yourself at the start of a race is really important, and I majorly screwed this up. I chose to try and go around the outside of a very hesitant driver who then opened the door and let the entire field through while forcing me off wide. Fortunately, we did just manage to hold on, but we were briefly down to P16 of 17 for a moment there. So now our lofty starting position of P5 is so far away, and this is most definitely a recovery drive. Luckily, I haven't lost too much ground, and I took into the slipstream of the karts ahead as we head down the Conrod Straight. As we head into the fastest corner on the circuit, I have closed right back up to the pack, and a few of them have run wide. Now, we're heading to the final corner on this track, Joey Dunlop, and people always mess it up, so I hang back here, and sure enough, 3 karts go spearing off into the distance there, and we are through. We've gained 3 positions. We're back up to P11 as we finish off the first lap. And we've got a tiny bit of a run on kart number 4 here, but I just can't get alongside him as we head into the first turn. So I just slot in behind him and don't compromise my speed. There is another bunch of karts directly up ahead of us who are all battling and jostling for position. I think this is going to open up some opportunities. We just have to be sensible here. Kart number 4's gone for it down the inside, but he's now getting pushed to the inside and slightly pinched as we head onto the back straight. Annoyingly, I lifted off just for a fraction of a second, and that's enabled someone to get past me. And we're now, what is that, 3-4 wide again as we head into the fastest corner on the track. I'm trying to thread the needle here. Guy in the orange suit gets pushed wide, and now we're in the middle of a 3-kart sandwich, and I just closed my eyes a little bit there and put my foot to the floor and hoped that we made it through. We did, and now the guy in the fluorescent helmet up ahead has made a mistake, giving us P9. Whoa, that was a bit of a frantic lap, but that's nothing. The action's only just got started. As we head past the pits there, we saw one of the marshals just waving his hands, telling everyone to calm down a little bit because some of the racing up ahead was getting very aggressive. And the guy up ahead of me immediately responds to that by trying to send a move down the inside of the left-hander before Luna. It doesn't pay off though, and they're still single file ahead as we head onto the Conrod Straight. I love moments like this in a race where you just get your head down, you're trying to focus on the karts ahead, you're also focusing on the karts behind you and what they're going to do. But if the 2 guys up ahead can battle a little bit, I should have an opportunity to make a move here. I send it a bit too hard into this right-hander and run wide, go over the bumps there. Get a little nudge from behind as well, going through the left-hander and then into the right-hander of Joey Dunlop. We close right up to the 2 karts ahead. The laps are absolutely flying by at this point. We head on to lap 4 and the kart ahead again is trying to go down the inside into turn 1. He's trying to set up the switch back here, but the kart ahead of him beautifully parks it on the apex and he's just not able to make the move. I've got to stop worrying about that though, because I've got someone trying to go down my outside. I just managed to close them off as we head into Luna, but they've got a much better exit than me, and as we head onto the Conrod Straight, they're alongside. And now it's a hunt for slipstream. Annoyingly, the 2 karts ahead give it to my rival and I'm stuck with nothing on the outside. Annoyingly as well, someone else is bump drafting them and they're back through. We are shuffled down to P11. I tried to hang it around the outside of that fast right-hander and it just didn't work. No time to mope about it though, because we have closed right back up to these guys as we head through the final corner. Kart 4 and Kart 10 are neck and neck, and there's nowhere for me to go, so I just plonk my kart behind Kart 4 and give him a bump draft and push him past Kart number 10 as another lap ticks by. We're now right on the bumper of kart number 4 heading up towards Luna, but I haven't got any overspeed on him, so I just sit behind him here trying to get the best line and the best exit. He goes down the inside of the guy in the fluorescent helmet who then chops back across, and I have to get out of the throttle because there was nowhere for me to go there. Kart number 10's back past me as we head onto the Conrod Straight. It just shows how in the blink of an eye, tiny little moments in these races make the difference. Kart number 10's wary, he's checking over his shoulder at me to just check where I am, make sure I'm not going for a dive on him. But at this moment, we're just sitting behind and letting them sort themselves out up ahead. This battle is really heating up now as we go into the final corner. An overtake is made up ahead. The 2 karts ahead of me, Kart 10 and the guy in the fluorescent helmet, are side by side, and they are about to make it 4 wide as we go into the first corner. That's never going to work. I hang back there and manage to get probably the best move I think I've ever done, overtaking 3 people at once through the first 2 corners. But I am not content with 3 moves, I want 4, and we're heading for the guy in the fluorescent helmet. We get a better run through Luna and out onto the Conrod straight. We're gaining, we are gaining. I check over my shoulder there, no one's making a move. We're free to go for this move. We pull out of the slipstream, we are alongside him. We've got the inside line. As long as we're a bit braver on the brakes, which we are, we tip it into the right-hander and control the exit, and we are through. I wish I could say that I was screaming and weeping for joy, but I was not, because that is only half the job. We've now got to hold on to this position. I defend into the final corner. We're holding a tighter line there. I get slightly wide, just give someone a chance to get their nose alongside me, but they haven't got the run, and we managed to close them off heading into turn 1. Turn 2, I sort of sit in the middle of the track there just to make sure no one gets the run, and then open up all the track on the exit to maximize my speed down the straight and into Luna. Now I have to nail this corner and nail the exit onto the straight here, because some people, you know, with the slipstream, they could very easily repass me. I hold the inside of the track here just to try and break that toe a little bit more, then check over my shoulder to make sure no one's alongside me, and I can drift back over to the outside of the track in order to maximize my entry for this fast right-hander. Ran a little bit wide there, bounced over a couple of curbs. That's not going to do me any favours, but fortunately I've managed to hold the speed, and I'm just checking all over the place there to see if anyone's got a run. But fortunately, I think they're battling each other a little bit now, and we have got a bit of space. So far, this race has been fast and frantic, but we've now reached the point where I kind of ended up in no man's land a little bit. You can see the guys ahead just going into Luna now. They were too far out of reach for me to try and catch up to them in a couple of laps, and the guys behind had actually dropped away. Now, just because we're in no man's land doesn't mean that you can afford to let up and take things easy. You can see here I'm just checking to see if I've got anyone chasing me. Then they're close but not close enough. I sort of sit in the middle of the straight and then move over to the outside again just to try and break that toe a little bit. I don't really know whether it's worth that much, to be honest. People just tend to follow you, but actually kind of crossing the straight in that way does make it slightly shorter. So I guess that's theoretically the fastest way to go down that straight. Anyway, I'm going to stop boring you now because I've managed to chat for a lap. We're on lap 9 of 10. And I'll just cut to the chase. Nothing particularly exciting happened in these last couple of laps. We just held position and actually managed to pull a little bit of a gap on the carts behind. So let's just skip forward to that checkered flag. And just like that, the race was over. I was pretty chuffed with my performance there, aside from the start, which was absolutely horrific and something I never, ever want to repeat again. I felt like I drove pretty decently.
No, do you know what? I'll take that. I felt like I drove reasonably well. I could have definitely got a better lap together. But my God.
Annoyingly, my camera decided that that was the moment it should start recording a new video file, and so you missed my live thoughts about that start, but hey, the less said about that, the better. Starting P5, ending P7, with a whole host of adventures between. Not too bad. I'll take that. Hope you've enjoyed this slightly shorter, more frantic video. As always, thank you for tuning in, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.